Growing up, I had the opportunity to learn how to swim. Not only did I have the opportunity to learn how to swim, but my parents enrolled me in a swim team, and later in my life, it took me all the way to multiple state champions, multiple swimming Olympics, multiple junior Olympics, just many opportunities I had by knowing how to swim. But many of my friends, no matter their race, no matter where their background is from, don't know how to swim. This is because many people have a fear of the water. Even though they might not want to always go to swim, they might not want to swim, they don't have a need to swim, they just think there's no point of knowing how to swim. Even though, according to the CDC, there are more than, and from 2005 to 2014, the CDC conducted a study which saw that there were 3,000 drowning accidents, that unintentional accidents that resulted in death in the United States, and that's nearly 10 deaths a day. I personally, sadly, had family friend's child died of a not knowing how to swim, not knowing how to swim well. He wasn't wearing the right protective gear, and it was the location. Location is very important when it comes to swimming. No matter if you're in the ocean, the lake, a pond, a swimming pool, location, no matter where you are, there's always a chance for a child or an adult, anyone of any age, to drown. I'm going to be telling you, I'm not going to tell you anything that you probably don't already know. I'm going to inform you on why it's important to know and understand why you should learn how to swim. So there's a need to know. No matter, even if you've never drowned yourself or you've never even been in the water. In the United States, the cause of drowning is usually due to the fact that people are drunk and they're not having proper safety etiquette. They do not have the right supervision. For pools with young children, they don't have the right barriers to help them not cause an accident. So those barriers around the pool that you see, they're not just there to protect the dogs from running into the pool, which, that does happen. It's there to protect the children. And lack of supervision. According the American, to the American, ooh, I can't read that, not American, sorry. According to the CDC, they also said that the lack of supervision when it comes to children from birth to about the age of 15, the amount of children that don't know how to swim, that were around the pool, they drowned due to the fact that there was no supervision. There was no one there that could help them. So yeah, also, when students, when young adults are on the lake and they're out with their friends, especially here in South Florida, it's especially hard for them to keep in mind that they are in a different zone. They're not in a pool with sides that they can latch onto. They're not somewhere where there's a lifeguard around. They're in the ocean. They're on a boat. They're probably 7 times out of 10 drinking alcohol. This is because they're out there to party. They might be out there fishing. Sometimes fishing could be a not so interesting sport. So what they do is they drink, they're partying, they're having fun with their friends, and then someone gets knocked off the boat. This is where the water safety and the proper equipment comes into hand. Life jackets, buoys, that's all multiple ways to help a person survive in the water. But the only real prevention to not drown is learning how to swim. Yes, people can say, oh, well, what if a shark's attacking your leg? Or what if an octopus has your arm? Who cares? That's not the point. The point is you're in the water, you're drunk, and you don't have anything to help prevent you from drowning. You can easily sink down if a person's in there fully clothed like I am. A person can easily sink down into the water and not be able to fight back because of all the weight of their clothes. And once, if you're inebriated and you don't know how to swim, you're going to be floundering, you're struggling. According to the Red Cross, when a person is flailing and someone tries to go in to save them, they don't understand. There's not proper communication when the person who's trying to save them is helping them. They don't understand what's happening. They feel unsafe. So them feeling unsafe causes the person who's drowning to lash out, sadly, causing the person who's trying to save them to get injured. And they might also have an accident to where they need help because the person who is lashing out from drowning injured them, and then the person who is drowning does not have the proper care and they don't have someone to help them get out of the situation that they're in. So, some preventative measures that anybody and everybody could take when they are swimming is they can try to limit the amount of alcohol intake if they are on a lake, in a pond, or even just at the pool, at their home pool. What Anytime you take something that like drugs or alcohol, it affects your brain, it affects your reaction time, and that reaction time can really help students can help young adults and just anybody in general, like have those first instinct responses. Also having the proper equipment, um, prevention equipment, having life jackets, having buoys, having floaties. Those are all things to help a person not drown. You can easily throw a person a life jacket, but they can hold that onto them and they won't know what to do with it. So teaching proper etiquette when having equipment, that can also help.